Hi everyone, this is JD, your gadget review friend. We're continuing to review and compare devices, and you can check these updates on our Twitter community at Gadget Rev now. As we continue to review newer phones this year, the iPhone 13, Samsung A72, and Poco F3, we're looking back last year to check one of the most interesting phone, not that popular but super interesting, the Xiaomi Mi 10 Youth. Xiaomi Mi 11 is probably one of the most prominent lineup in the history of Xiaomi, and not because of how they were marketed, but because of last year's Mi 10 series that made way for its popularity. The Mi 10 family was so good, people even anticipated even greater series in the Mi 11 lineup. So today we're not looking into the newest Mi 11, but we're digging the gold from last year, the phone that started it all for them. We're not looking on Mi 10T or the Mi 10S or the Mi 10 Pro. Rather, we're looking to its basic or budget offering and check how good the cheapest version is. Today we're reviewing the Xiaomi Mi 10 Lite or the so-called Mi 10 Youth with the additional periscope camera, a budget version of a $1,000 Huawei P30 Pro. Is it still worth it? Hey, don't forget to subscribe, my friend. Let's go! Let's start with the design. To start with, this phone is nothing short of premium. This phone is sandwiched by Gorilla Glass 5 protection. I don't know how they squeeze it, but for $300 or less, they were able to include a more expensive branded Gorilla Glass 5. I mean, going back to the title of this video, how in the world they were able to do that? A Samsung S21 5G will cost you almost $700 for a plastic back, of course with other high-end specs, but Xiaomi will give you a premium build even with the mid-range performing Mi 10 Lite. This Gorilla Glass houses a 6.57-inch AMOLED screen and not just a regular HD, but Full HD+. And if you think they will stop there, they're also squeezing an under-display fingerprint sensor that is super accurate and fast. This phone also gives you all the ports you need, a 3.5mm jack, and a USB Type-C charging port. To sum up, I don't know how they did this, but it puts Samsung and Apple to shame in the design and build quality department. Hey, just a side note, if you own Mi 10 Youth or any phones you see on our channel, we're making more videos of these phones in the future. Please hit the subscribe button to see more videos like this. Next is performance. And if you think this phone will suffer, think again. This is a Google Pixel 5 territory and even better. This phone runs on a power-efficient 7nm Snapdragon 765 5G, which is also capable of 5G connectivity. It is paired with 6 or 8 gigs of RAM and runs on a powerful Adreno 620 GPU. I run a Geekbench test and it scored 673 in single core and 1966 in multi-cores. If you want speed comparison, it's the same as Pixel 5 and LG Velvet. Day-to-day performance is great. I can play heavy gamings like Mobile Legends in medium to high settings. Light games are blazing fast. I have no issue opening apps, streaming videos, and using it for calls, text, and camera use. If you want to know how fast this phone is, check our Gadget Rev Now speed comparison playlist. It also has 64 to 256 gigs of storage, but sadly it doesn't support memory card. Good news, it's already UFS 2.1. It runs on Android 11 on MIUI 11 and everything is buttery smooth. All in all, it's evident that Xiaomi take the cut on the processor department, but they were able to deliver a Snapdragon goodness. Next is the screen, and the screen is nothing short of amazing. It is a 6.47-inch Super AMOLED Full HD Plus resolution. I mean, this is a panel you would only see on high-end phones, but Xiaomi Mi 10 Lite or Mi 10 Youth was able to deliver. The colors are accurate and has deep blacks. It has a great AMOLED panel where you don't see any screen bleeding on the side. It is also HDR+10 compliant. Sadly, it's just 60Hz, but I would expect that for this price point. It has a tall 20:9 aspect ratio, and the aspect ratio is good for reading, multi-window, and full-screen videos. It has a respectable 522 nits of max brightness that is sufficient for outdoors. It's not as bright as other AMOLED panel, but decent. To sum up, it's a great AMOLED display, but not as bright as the premium ones. Next is the sound, and the sound is good, a solid 7 out of 10. I heard the sound to other flagship and mid-range phones. The good thing about this phone is, it retained the 3.5mm jack for people who can't part ways with their high-fidelity headphones. I tested this with a Pixel 4 XL, and here's the test. All in all, it's a good loudspeaker, definitely not a stereo quality, but the 3.5mm jack is there for a great alternative.
Next is battery or battery life. It has 4,160 mAh capacity that will easily last you a full day of use.
In a normal use with 2 to 3 hours of gaming, adding another 2 hours of social media screen on time, I was able to kill 60% of the battery, and that leaves me 40% for the whole day. I did test the standby time with cell radio turned on 4 to 5 days, and in airplane mode or without the SIM, this will last you 6 to 8 days without needing a charge. And speaking of charging, this comes with a regular 20 watts fast charging in Xiaomi's Quick Charge 4.0. I was able to complete a full charge in less than 1.5 hours. Not the fastest, but the standard nowadays. And even though this phone has a glass back, it doesn't support wireless charging.
It has a great battery capacity with fast charging capability.
And lastly, the camera. Although we have 100 times zoom now from other phones, but its 50 times zoom is still insane given its budget-friendly price. It has a complete quad camera setup of 48 megapixel main, 8 megapixel wide, 2 megapixel macro lens, and the mighty 8 megapixel periscope lens. I've tested this with other great phones, and if you want to check that, it's under Gadget Rev Now's camera comparison playlist. The image is good, not the best I've seen, it has so much details, sometimes crushing the blacks a little bit, but if you shoot it in a well-lit environment, almost the same look as the other flagship phones. There's also 8 megapixel zoom camera, so there's plenty of reach if you need to. It also has a single 16 megapixel selfie camera that takes good looking selfies. Videos can shoot up to 4K at 30 FPS, and there's a little trick on its sleeve that it can shoot both front and rear camera at the same time that is perfect for bloggers.
All in all, it has a versatile quad camera setup with that insane 50 times zoom. So what is Gadget Rev Now's verdict? Xiaomi Mi 10 Youth in 2021.
Xiaomi phones are always reliable. It might not offer the best camera performance every time, but it mostly gives you a faster set of processors and bigger RAM and storage for a fraction of a price. And this time, giving you a zoom that you would only see on Ultra or Pro versions. I will not recommend this to people who badly need a great camera phone. It's good, but I've seen better image quality on other brands. Also not recommending this to people who love smaller phones. It's a little big for smaller hands. And I will recommend this to anyone who's in a tight budget that every penny counts. This is a great affordable phone for any age, not just the youth. It has a great screen, speedy performance and great set of cameras, long-lasting battery and plenty of storage options. Xiaomi Mi 10 Youth or Mi 10 Lite will give you a great mobile experience for a fraction of a price, and you will be surprised with the camera tricks and the 50 times zoom. For its price point, like how in the world Xiaomi managed to do that?
If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. We're posting videos of gadget reviews, comparisons, photography gears, and tips. The goal of this channel is to review and compare devices as simple as possible, concise, and friendly. Don't forget to drop your comment, like, and share. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.